Miric-Al, the magic squares of foil, is good for alien hats, fan pulley extenders, and even fancy pencil covers. Isn't that nice? And if you look over here at our extraordinary pillow, we transformed it with this metallic aluminum square. Isn't that nice? This saran wrap wasn't any help, so our squares were just wonderful. And you know what? Our foil squares are made out of, you guessed it, aluminium, also known as aluminum. So now that you know what's in our extraordinary product, how about you learn a little bit more about it? So aluminum, the name of the element is aluminium, but we like to call it aluminum. And its atomic number is 13, and its chemical symbol is capital A, lowercase l. Its atomic weight, or mass, is 26 and 992 hundredths. Thousandths. Okay, so on the periodic table, aluminum's period number is 3 and its group number is 13. And aluminum is obviously a metal because it's a good conductor of electricity and heat. So 5 physical properties of aluminum is, well, whenever it's a pure substance, it's a silvery white with a bluish tint. And its hardness is soft as a pure substance, but very strong when alloyed with other elements. And it can be beaten into very extremely thin sheets, as you can see with this piece of unraveled foil. Very thin and metallic and shiny. And it is capable of being shaped or bent, as you can see with this hat. I made it look very stylish, didn't I? And it is a very good conductor of electricity and heat. A chemical property has a thin layer of oxide on the surface that protects it from reacting with oxygen. And it reacts with alkalis such as sodium hydroxide and lime water. 3 uses is that aluminum is, well, way more than 3 uses. Like I said before, it can be used in many styles, as you can see. But in the real world, it can be used in cans, foils, kitchen utensils, window frames, and even most types of aircrafts, because they like to have the parts on their airplanes be made out of aluminum because it's very lightweight, but it's very strong. And it's found and obtained from nature. Well, it's never found free in nature because even though aluminum is the most abundant metal in all of Earth's metals, it is already alloyed with every single element. You can never find aluminum by itself, so it has to be extracted. And it's always found in compounds, like I said before, such as potassium aluminum sulfate. And in a brief history, okay, so scientists suspected that there was aluminum in 1787, but had no way to extract it. But then in 1829, Hans Christian Ørsted was the first to produce any, but it was so tiny that no one could even study it or figure out how to use it. But over the years, different scientists made ways to extract aluminum in larger and larger scales so that they could study it. And finally, they even got to where it could be commercial production, but even then, it was very expensive. It was $12,000 per 1 kiloliter. But in 1888, Carl Joseph Bayer made the process that we use today, where to cheaply obtain aluminum oxide from bauxite, or so that we can afford it in the store today. But even though we can get it cheaply in the store, if you order now online, or on this commercial, you can get it for even cheaper.